Hey guys, this is Serena J. Payne, and welcome back to an episode of Behind the Music. Today we're going to be talking about tomato stains, and I'm just going to give a discretion with watching this video. It does talk about a little, some heavy topics, and so that is my warning. I'm sorry if it makes you comfortable in advance, but this is what art is about, expressing everything, no matter how uncomfortable. So tomato stains. Tomato stains was actually an assignment for a class back in college. It was called Songs of Protest. And so we were supposed to write a song, if I'm not mistaken. We were supposed to write a song that talked about some type of protest, protesting something, and then you could get extra credit if you decide to perform it in the front of the class. So if I remember correctly, we had just listened to, I think it's called Strange Fruit. Billie Holiday sang it. It's pretty much talking about the mistreatment of African Americans, to say it lightly, but it was more so the song particularly is talking about just the killing, hanging in particular, of an African American person. So it's a really heavy song, but it's also beautifully written in the way that it describes something so heinous. And so I just remember we just got off of that song. We listened to that song in class, and then this assignment came up, and I was like, I don't know why this was resonating with me, but tomato stains comes from, it's like a story of a woman who was raped, and it's putting it in a poetic way, calling it tomato stains. And so when I was coming up with the songs to put on the album of F.A.I.T.H, something kept drawing me to this song that I wrote in college. And I was like, Lord, how does this fit with the subject matter of faith? Because the current way it was written, I didn't see any connection. But it took for me to rewrite it, at least rewrite the second verse, to see where God's faith can play a role in something, again, as heinous as rape. So it starts more of like a poem, because in a sense it was more of like the Songs of Protest class was also kind of a mix of poetry and song. So the song starts out like stanzas in a poem. Tomatoes in a garden, all red, juicy, and fresh. Some hang on high vines, but one's under the mesh. A young girl, she is a slave who unwillingly satisfied her master's crave. What looks to be tomato stains beneath her dress, he told her to lie and that she had made a mess. So it's bad enough that this young girl was raped, but this is her first encounter ever. Which, to me, something so beautiful as an intimate as sex can be, rape, it adds a whole nother layer of pain for me, because I've seen how beautiful sex can be when it's between two people that love each other, and it's not coerced and it's not done in malicious intent. And I'm not sure exactly why that subject matter resonated with me while I was in school. But I thought it best encapsulated it in tomato stains, because it plays on the word stains. It's like yeah, she was a virgin, but then it also is like these stains may stay with her for the rest of her life, meaning it's a part of her life now. She can't go back and undo it no matter how hard she tried. And I think when it gets to the chorusy, pre-chorus type thing, it's more so the pre-chorus. It's called, it's like, some knew this would happen if only they hadn't let their intuition be left unsaid. So a lot of times I feel, at least in the cases, I'm a true crime person, and a lot of times where a woman or a young or a man is raped, a lot of times people seeing signs of the predator, but they don't say anything. And so to me, I'm like, if you see something off, please say something, because it could save somebody from being hurt in this manner. And then it goes on, maybe the garden wouldn't have seen sin again, and the shame that tomato stains bled. So this, I believe the literary term is illusion or something like that. I'll write it down on the bottom because I can't remember the exact word, but I think it's illusion. But it's alluding to the first sin in the garden. It's kind of like because it happened in the garden. And then tomatoes are in the garden. It's just a very large metaphor, to say the least, of what happened. But then moving on to the second verse, this is the verse that I ended up rewriting. So I'll read the original, and then I'll read what I wrote currently, and see kind of how I think the Lord showed me the light that can shine even in the midst of such pain. So the original verse read like this. It said, tomatoes in the garden, no longer juicy or fresh, only left red, filled with embarrassment, shame, and feeling as good as dead. A young girl, what now a tarnished beauty, taken advantage of by a monster who claims it as his prideful duty. She has no protection, at risk of being prey, wanting to escape, yet too afraid not to stay. And then the rewrite comes as tomatoes in a garden, no longer fresh or juicy, only left red, filled with embarrassment and feeling as good as dead. But here in her prime, yet far from tarnished beauty, survived with hidden scars, given to her so cruelly. This won't define her, she will overcome the evil behind the sin that was done. So to me, that took a lighter spin. Not a lighter spin, but more so it just showed that in such pain, there can be beauty, there can be healing, more so, beauty in that healing. She's not gonna be able to undo what happened to her, no, but she's not gonna let it define her. And I think that was the key on how it fit with the project of faith. Faith is hard sometimes to understand. Sometimes you're not, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. And I feel for this woman, or any woman that has been in this particular, situation, any person who has been in the situation probably has questioned how they're going to get through this, how they're going to take their next step, their next breath, how they're going to get through the next day, year, month, anything. And I just saw how just a few change of words really brightened the song for me. And then, it goes back to the pre-chorus, and then again, tomato stains rings out. And it's like, again, the stains will still be there, but you can choose to let them to define you or not. Now, I'm not speaking from any experience here of this subject matter, but my heart goes out for those who have, and know that I am praying for you all and loving on you all. And I hope that this song maybe shines a light on the healing that can come, that I believe that can come from the Lord talking about it, sharing your story, your testimony, no matter how hard. Again, I haven't experienced this, no. But from what I've seen, sharing your testimony only gives power to you and doesn't make you a victim. So that's Tomato Stains. Again, like I said, it's a heavy song, and it's funny to hear everybody's different interpretations of the song, and that's the beauty of art, because it can have many interpretations. But the story behind Tomato Stains is a grim one, but it's just because it's grim doesn't mean it shouldn't be told. And so I hope that me explaining it to you and showing you the beauty, or trying to encapsulate the beauty that comes in healing, speaks to you. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I just appreciate all you guys' love and support as I continue to create. So thank you. All right, bye guys. Love you.